I decided to put a little video together to help explain why we're putting this homeopathic group buy together and to help answer some questions that people have about it. So we're putting this homeopathic group buy together because the FDA has recently been cracking down on homeopathic remedies more than ever before. My naturopathic doctor and good friend had told me, or kind of warned me about 6 months ago, that this would be happening. He said it was already happening on the East Coast, especially regarding certain homeopathic labs that sell and make homeopathic remedies, that they were getting homeopathic remedies from. And he said he wouldn't be surprised if it would come West Coast as well, if it would just, if this issue would happen throughout the country. And so in December, the FDA really came out and said, hey, we're going to start cracking down on these homeopathic remedies. They're going to have to meet certain guidelines, and we don't know what that means. We're not sure what they're going to do. We're not sure what remedies they're going to take down. We're not sure how this is going to affect doctors who use homeopathic remedies. We're not sure how this is going to affect which homeopathic remedies are sold in health food stores or online. We aren't sure, but I don't like not being sure. So when I read about that, I just became pretty passionate and pretty angry about it, because homeopathic remedies are such a valuable remedy to have. We use homeopathic remedies in our home just as much as we use nutritional or herbal or other alternative remedies. Homeopathic remedies are what naturopathic doctors, functional medicine doctors are turning to more and more. If you go to clinics in Europe, or if you go to clinics in Mexico because you're seeking help for chronic health conditions, what are they using? They're using homeopathy. What are people, doctors, autistic specialists using for autistic kids? They're using homeopathy. What can we use for acute, chronic, and emergency situations? We can use homeopathy. Like, these are incredibly valuable remedies that there should be no threat whatsoever saying that some agency is going to come in, some organization is going to come in and regulate which ones are sold and which ones we can buy and which ones we can get or use when we see our doctor. Like that should not, especially with how safe these remedies are, right? So Dr. Ruiz, she was a doctor that we recently did an interview for last year when we did our health preparedness symposium. So she is a homeopathy specialist. She's a pediatrician, homeopathic doctor. She travels the US teaching other doctors, whether they're regular medical doctors or whether they're holistic doctors, about using homeopathic remedies. I remember she had mentioned that there are thousands of clinical studies showing how effective these remedies are. And it's just mind-boggling to me to think that the FDA is coming in and even thinking that they're going to regulate these remedies. Okay, so what are homeopathic remedies? Homeopathic remedies are not herbal remedies. A lot of times people mix up homeopathic with herbal. Homeopathic remedies are your typical remedies that you see in those little blue bottles. They have the little beads. And what they are is basically where you take a substance of some kind, whether it's like a plant, a part of a plant, or whether it's a mineral or other substances, and you dilute it down to such an extent that it's said that it's just the energy of it that remains in the final remedy. There is no trace of that initial beginning substance that you use. It's just the energy of it, and our body, our immune system, or our vital life force still responds to that remedy. So these remedies can be used, I can't even list everything. These remedies can be used for all kinds of issues. I did list autism, I did list chronic conditions. Heck yeah, you can use it for those. But you can use them for all kinds of acute conditions as well, whether it's an eye infection, whether it's diarrhea, vomiting, flus, colds, viruses, styes, infections of all types, bruising, even emotional issues like anger or sorrow or grief, anxiety, things like that. These can be used for that. Okay, so in this group buy, we are offering the 6C remedies. Homeopathic remedies come in different strengths. We're offering the 6C, that's like the lowest that you can buy, or the less potent remedy that you can buy. And we're doing this on purpose because, like I mentioned, I have all of these in my home ready. They're all 6C remedies. You want them to be a 6C because you can then use those to create more remedies, to then dilute it down, which strengthens it, and create your typical 30C remedies that you can use for all types of conditions. So I've put together an online homeopathy course that is discounted in a huge way just for this group by $29. I mean, that's like not very much at all. And in that course, I teach you how to do that. I teach you how to take your 6C remedies and turn them into something stronger. And by doing that, you just have to use some of the beads and create stronger remedies. And that stronger remedy that you create is what you create more remedies with. So you are able, with each vial that you have, you are able to create hundreds of remedies with that. My whole goal with this group buy is getting these remedies the most used, the most needed, and the highest quality remedies into the homes of as many people as possible, so you can use it for a variety of reasons, and you can pass these remedies down from generation to generation. Because you have that vial, you have that tube that has the beads in it, you're going to only have to use some of those to create the other remedies that you're creating, and those will create hundreds more, right? So you have those valuable tubes that I just see as being gold, especially with the FDA coming in and cracking down and trying to control what's being sold, what's being shared, the potency of it. I mean, the clinic that I go to, the good friends that I always talk about, the NDs, right? It's just kind of, I say it in a generic way. I don't tell people who they are because they are trying to stay under the radar. They have had the FDA come in and a few times into their clinic and make them get rid of certain remedies, get rid of how potent their homeopathic remedies are. I mean, this is happening here in our state. And from what I hear, this is hearsay. We don't know what's going on, but with the FDA, they're now saying that they're just going to have agents that come into each lab, and there are no real set of rules. So really, it's just kind of up to the agent what he decides needs to be done in each individual homeopathy lab or business, and that is just super not okay. So one question that some of you might have is, why are there so many of these remedies that are being offered in the homeopathic group buy? So for the first month, we're offering 23 tubes. These 23 tubes are the less common homeopathic remedies that are used. And then next month will be the kit, which is the more commonly used homeopathic remedies. When you combine these two, it's so awesome and amazing for acute conditions and then chronic issues and then also emergency issues. So you may wonder, why would we need that many? Why would we need 23 plus another 32? Well, it's because homeopathic remedies are, the way you use them, it needs to be set up to be specific to the symptoms that are going on. And if you use one certain type, it'll hit it more head on and be more effective. Like, you've got to get the right homeopathic remedy for the right set of symptoms. And there are so many different symptoms that can be out there. Just if you want to treat or be able to use these for a variety of most common, even chronic issues, these are the ones that you want. So this set of the 23 plus the 32 remedies are remedies that I spent hours figuring out which ones are the most commonly used ones. I devoured homeopathy books. I went to my ND's clinic and they took me into their back room and showed me the homeopathic remedies that they had, and they made specific recommendations for what they see going on today with specific chronic issues and acute issues that keep coming up. They said, you definitely want to have these because these are the ones that we tend to use most often. I looked at other clinics and the kits, the homeopathic kits that they sell, to see which ones they have in theirs, and so I incorporated that in there as well. So I kind of went to a few different sources, a few different places, and really pulled in the best collection that we could use or have in our home that we would most likely and most often need to use. So we were able to get the price down to $6.90 per tube. That's kind of the average price for each one of them. So a lot of these remedies, they usually sell for around $9, $10, sometimes $11. Some of them, you can find them on Amazon for around $5.50. So that $5.50 is a little bit lower, obviously, than $6.90. But like I said, once we pull them all together and average it all out, they come to $6.90 per bottle. Normally, if you were to buy these somewhere else, especially like a health food store, they would average out to be $8, $9, $10 per bottle. So we are getting a good deal here. I mean, it's not like super mind-blowing. I could have gone to a couple other homeopathic companies that aren't as well known and purchased some for a little bit of a lower price there, but I decided not to. I really just wanted to get the top-notch, highest quality homeopathic remedies out there today, especially if we're going to be purchasing them to make more with them, and we're going to be purchasing them so that we can keep them in our homes, these valuable remedies in our homes for generations to come. These are remedies that can be passed down to our children, and our children can pass them down to their children. And they're just so valuable. I can't even emphasize that even more. It's something that I just absolutely love, that I absolutely cherish, especially with what we're up against in today's world. I mean, when people say it's the last days, or, the signs of the times are all around us, yeah, heck yeah. Being in the health world, hearing all the stories that are coming to me, researching the statistics, having gone through 7 years of hell, basically, going through this chronic illness that nearly took my life, and then seeing woman after woman, and now teenager, like these young teens, one teen after another, who are also dealing with these chronic health issues, and they can't seem to get better. I mean, there's a variety of things that we've got to do for that. One of them is obviously heal that mortal body, right? Heal our digestive system and our liver and our organs, etc. But one of them is, gosh, their bodies, here's the thing, their bodies have gotten to a point where typical remedies, even things like herbal remedies, are not really doing the trick for them. Their bodies have gotten to a state where it's just so despondent to other remedies or substances or foods that are coming into it, that the only remedies that their bodies really have an effect on are homeopathic remedies. That's why these autistic children, these clinics, these rare clinics in Europe and in Mexico, and even here in the US, are using the homeopathy. It's because the body, even though it's in that despondent state, still, the vital life force of the body still responds to those homeopathic remedies. And I have a hunch that this is just a growing problem, and that these homeopathic remedies are going to become even more valuable to us than ever before. So if we're in a situation here now where the FDA, sometimes their intentions may be good, but where the FDA is coming in and going to be controlling which of these remedies are going to be sold or not sold or used, we've got to take the initiative to get in the picture and get these remedies into our home, understand the value of them, understand how to use them. And I promise I made that course as simple as possible, or if you can find another homeopathic course out there, fine, or a book or something to help you with that. I do give a list of resources, different books to use. We are selling one homeopathic book that I absolutely love in this group buy. Okay, so to summarize, this is a group buy where we'll be sharing, where we'll be selling homeopathic remedies in a 2-month period of time. So for this month, we're selling the set of 23. We're also selling the course for a whopping $29, and then the homeopathic book. Next month, we're selling the remaining homeopathic remedies. That will come in a kit. And then we're also selling the course and the book. And we may do a 3rd month. We want to do the homeopathic vaccine nosodes again, and we want to do cell salts and bioplasma. So if you could just watch for my emails, like my Healthy Preparedness Facebook page, because that's where I'm going to share that information. But especially, this is what I do. Go to healthypreparedness.blogspot.com and then put your email address in the far right corner or right side of the page, and that way you'll get that email and you won't miss seeing that we're doing the group buy, because Facebook is just so crazy trying to share stuff on Facebook. The information gets lost so easily. You don't see everything, especially when it's like a business page. I'd have to pay advertising for people to actually see it, and even then people don't see it. The most sure way for you to know when we're doing the next group buy and what will be involved in that is by putting your email address in, so we can send you that information. So this is going to be a 2 to 3 month group buy. Every month we're going to be selling different homeopathic remedies. By the end of the 3 months, you will have an arsenal of homeopathic remedies that you will be able to keep in your own home for decades. these remedies last that long, the whole reason, the whole idea behind it that you can dilute it down and strengthen it as much as you want is amazing. Like, oh, yeah, I hope I've just helped you understand that a little bit more, just how important, how valuable, incredibly valuable that is. So go to healthypreparedness.blogspot.com, and then there's a tab at the top that says 6C Homeopathic Remedy Group Buy. That's what you're going to click on to get to that page. The group buy for the 23 tubes ends on the 10th. So that is a week from today. It ends on the 10th. So all orders need to be in by the 10th. If you definitely want these remedies, but you cannot afford the 23, will you please send me an email or Facebook message me, and we'll see what we can do to work things out. We're thinking about possibly offering, like splitting up the 23 remedies. So, but I'm just not sure how to organize all that. It's going to push everything out even more. And the best way to do it is just to get the full 23 set, if you can do that, the set of 23, if you can do that. But if you can't, but you really know that you want to get these, then just send me a message and we'll see if maybe we can break that in half for you. Now, I already have all of these homeopathic remedies in my home. I'm not putting this group buy together because I want to get a discount on them so I can have them for myself. We already have all of them. I'm putting this group buy together because I want more families to have these basic homeopathic remedies. We're passionate about helping families. We're passionate about, and when I say we, I mean my husband and I, because we both see the value of these. We've both seen of what these have done for me, what these have done for our kids, what these have done for other people who are chronically ill, for acute conditions, emergency conditions. Like, these are something that we're just passionate about and that we're excited to share with everybody. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let us know, and just make sure you go to healthypreparedness.blogspot.com and click on that 6C Homeopathic Remedy tab at the top to put in your order before Saturday comes. Thanks for watching.